I enjoyed teaching. I enjoyed every minute I was in the classroom. I loved just the joy of seeing a student get it.
I just heard a voice in my head say teach. When a voice tells you to teach inside of your head, that's what you do.
There is not anything else in the world that I would rather do than be a teacher. There is a connection between educators and students like no other.
It's always about the kids. Knowing that I'm making a difference in students' lives humbles me, and I realize how blessed I am.
Things that teachers can do is really build those little bitty things into students and instill in them that they are difference makers as well.
That's kind of my purpose, for them to know where they fit.
I enjoy the middle school age though very much, because I feel like they need someone that they can trust and someone that they can confide in and someone that takes the time to get to know them.
I was very inspired by the thought of making such a difference in somebody's life. That's how my road to being a teacher started.
My goal was just to make a difference in people's lives and make people happy, and I saw that education was a path for me that I could take and do exactly what I wanted to do.
All of those things that seemed so small at the time, they all led up to where I am and the impact that I'm going to have on my students.
Like making sure that they know that they're loved and that they're cared for whenever they step into my classroom. That's something that I really learned, because a student won't be able to learn if they're not comfortable with who they're learning from. My students make me feel like a rock star with the thank you notes and just the things that they do. They value me. They often call me mom. It's a relationship that you can't really explain, you just have to experience it.
When they realize that I have their back and that I'm not going to give up on them, then they're ready to learn.
If you are an active child and you've got ADHD, you've got dyslexia, and you've got all these things that other people have told you are problems, those are assets. Now you know how to deal with that. You need to share that information and help someone else. You can be a great teacher because you know what it's like to have those difficulties, and you can help them overcome that.
Well, we're just people who do what we love doing, and if you do it well enough, other people might find that they like to do it too, no matter what subject that is.
There's always an opportunity to learn as a teacher and as a student.
We're all lifelong learners. There's always learning to be done, and I should be pushing myself to find new things and, take in new information. And I think also that has made me realize that you can learn something from everyone. So in the field of teaching, whether it's a teacher from year 1 or a teacher from year 20, there's something to learn from everybody you come in contact with.
So that's something that nobody can take away from you. The things you learn, the knowledge that you have.
So it's interesting to look back and see that one class years and years ago and one person can impact me and then continue to impact my students for years to come.
And that curiosity, that's what teachers can spark.
God knew that I was meant to be a teacher. The path that I took to go to teach history was definitely Jean Solomon all the way. Mrs. Solomon, if you're watching me from wherever you are, just know that you're the reason why I teach today.
This is a shout out to Miss Linda DeVos, the educator that changed my life, inspired me to be a teacher, and to pay it forward to every student I am blessed to teach.
I will never forget the influence that you had on me, Miss Epperson, and that you still continue today, and I hope I do you proud.
My second grade teacher, Ada Aaron, would pop popcorn for us and bring it to school as a snack, and this was before microwaves were common. Every morning she would pop enough popcorn for 35 students and bring it to us. And at the time you don't think anything about it, but looking back, I know how much time and effort that took.
And I set high expectations for my students, and they never failed to reach those. But that's what educators in the state of Kentucky do every day. They encourage their kids, their students that they are with every day. They welcome them with open arms. They set high expectations, and those kids step up every day because of the guidance in the classroom. I am
a difference maker.
I am a difference maker.
I am
a difference maker. I am
a difference maker.
I am a difference maker.
I'm a teacher, and
I'm a difference maker.
I am
a difference maker.